everybody, welcome to episode 210 of Red Wings Rant, where tirades and impassioned pleas for your Detroit Red Wings finally have a home. Mike, we've got the Moritz Seider Super Sunday special today. Yay! Also, alt title, Moritz Seider and his amazing Technicolor wrist shot. I thought was fun. No? See,
well,
I did one.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we do two titles. Yeah, so that one.
Thanks. Okay. We gotta workshop it still, because that's officially
sometimes
the YouTube
you go through three or four titles. We're still working on this one. We'll get there.
Mike, this is one of those situations, though, right? Because this, you come up with your favorite title, you don't want to use that one, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, a lot of artists are always, kind of wringing their hands, like, oh, there's the big money one, but I know I can't use my favorite one, so I guess I'll use the one that'll make people listen to the show.
I swear I heard that from what was his name? Judd Apatow said you don't use your favorite title. Use like the next one, because you have too much emotion going into that favorite title.
Yeah, like it was originally going to be the 40-year-old no sex man, but they had to settle for 40-year-old virgin. But yeah, we're going to try and have an action-packed 30 minutes here. Matt has a couple of beautiful children he's got to take care of so that his lovely wife doesn't murder him in his sleep tonight. It's her one day off, so we're going to be as efficient with this episode as possible. Matt, this has been a hot week for me personally. I'm just going to let you know what we always just do a quick catch-up. The siding on my house is done. This is, from now on, I'm going to have quiet episodes. No more banging on the walls. No more...
What's that? Keep talking.
Oh my God, Matt. Well, this was going to be a distraction-free episode.
Space heater going still.
Oh, no more banging on the walls. No more electric saws. And you know what? I would be happy to share the name of the subcontractor who did all the work, but I can't find the pen, so I'm a little concerned for his business right now. And then additionally, Matt, bigger news, who farted? My fantasy basketball team, finally, Ben Simmons was traded. He's been sitting on the injured reserve for 4 months. Now it looks like that odyssey is behind us, and my God, I might win this league. I'm very excited. Matt, do you have anything as exciting as those two tidbits? Good morning, Derek.
First off, morning, Derek. Well, Mike, I mean, we definitely need to talk about this. We're having taco bar at the Super Bowl tonight. Well, has anybody ever had taco bar for the Super Bowl? Like, I was really excited about it, and oh my God, if our parents see this, man, are they going to be devastated? The passive aggressive. Oh shoot, yeah, I shouldn't even label it that way, but Mike, I mean, you and I, we were looking forward to Buddy's Pizza.
Break it down.
Is this how we get our Buddy's Pizza? We put it on this episode and then they watch it.
We need this to go viral to save our Super Bowl party.
I mean, I was telling my wife, like, no, we shouldn't go to Buddy's Pizza because we're probably going to have it at the Super Bowl. I feel like that's like been our mainstay for years. We go over to parents' house to watch the Super Bowl. And find out this week we're doing taco bar. And Mike, I'm also putting some of the blame on you, because it was 3 years ago that you made the big suggestion. We should do a taco bar.
I think what I said was a Middle Eastern food bar.
That is way different. So explain yourself, sir. How did we come to
that? Would be a lot of shawarma chicken. That would be a lot of garlic sauce.
Right.
Cheesy breads, fresh out of the oven. If you don't like cheesy breads, woo-hoo-hoo, it's because you haven't tried them. Our parents live in the heart of the Middle Eastern food mecca of Michigan in Dearborn. Some of the best Middle Eastern food you'll have in your whole life. But we didn't go down that route. We didn't go down Old Country Road and get the familiar Buddy's Pizza that, Matt and I couldn't even sleep last night. We were so excited thinking about those hand-breaded chicken fingers and the thick Detroit style pizza, and instead we're gonna have taco bar.
Taco bar.
So I don't know, Derek. Have you ever had taco bar? Enhance your Super Bowl Sunday. Just curious how that's gonna go over. Matt, you did say it was catered. Do you happen to know who the caterer is? Is it?
I actually do. I think this
is it like Qdoba? Is it Qdoba?
Don Taco, I believe.
Ah, yes, old Don Taco.
It's a Mad Men themed taco bar. Don Draper, no, Don Taco. All right, never mind. I've watched a lot of Mad Men in the last month, so it's never mind. That one just did not work. But
you know
yeah,
I've watched a lot of Boba
Taco.
Fett, and we're about to eat a big meal of bantha fodder, so I can't wait for that.
Can I? We both wanted buddies. Our mom did text us, and it is right next to buddies. So all we need is to have Dad walk into the wrong restaurant, and we'll be having a good Super Bowl.
Here, watch this. You ready for this? I'm gonna send a text that says, "Did you want me and Becky to pick up the buddies?"
Oh my God. But they are going to Buddies to pick up a salad, so they might think that you're just going to go pick up the salad.
All right. Well, we'll see if we can rescue Super Bowl Sunday. But we had some Red Wings stuff we wanted to go over with today.
We get an update.
Can I say, man, we need to be in this Philadelphia Flyers division because I love playing these guys. Woo!
Can we just have an only Flyers season? This was fantastic. Because we even got outshot, and we had our boy Greiser stand on his head. Performance Art's going to be thrilled with this episode. Grice, I think, was the second star. Third star was Keith Yandel with that hell of a seeing eye single for a goal over Grice's shoulder. Holy crap, was that thing crazy. But no, I mean, Moritz Seider's was better. I just,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we're talking about who's the third star. Anyway, Grice, your second star. First star, Mike. Mo Seider. Of course, the episode titled as such. Mike, we've got 2 games in a row now. Moritz Seider has stood out. I did tweet, Mike, and I'm gonna take this and run into the bank. I said in the last Philly game, cold take, Moritz Seider just had his best game of the season. Colder take, as he continues to get better throughout the year. We're going to be saying that more and more often. And this wasn't as exciting. Like we didn't get a one-man penalty kill, but we did get the game-winning goal from Mo Seider.
That was an amazing shot, by the way. And I we try not to be too hyperbolic on this show, but I just that one shot. I know they're totally different players. Mo's a much more physical guy, but gee, damn it. That was like a Lidstrom style goal. I'm sorry, I said it. There, I said it. A monster slap shot from the blue line on a power play. I got the Lidstrom feels on that one. It looked great.
Yeah, and I think you called me out because I don't have the exact quote, but oh my God, I'm trying to pull this up. I've got like 5 different Twitter pages up so that we have some other stuff to share with our buddies today. You guys listening, you're our buddies. And I've got 2 of them have audio right now. So I'm listening to Mo Seider and Mickey Redmond talk at the same time while I'm lining this up. But yeah, I do like that without knowing what I'm about to say, you threw out there that you're ready to call Mo Seider Nicholas. I'm
ready to call that one replay.
This one replay, right? Because it was thrown out there today, or I'm sorry, yesterday after the game, that Nicholas Lidstrom did get a chance to speak with Mo Seider, and he threw out there the idea that as a defenseman, you're not going to get a lot of opportunities. So when you see opportunities like this one, whoop, in the back of the net, you got to take them, and it's just fun to think about. We were trying to put a finger on, well, what difference can Lidstrom make? And I'm not saying this is like a 1-to-1. Like, here's the correlation Lidstrom makes. He talks to Moritz Seider, and now he's going to be a great shooter in the NHL. No. I'm just saying, like this was an opportunity for probably one of the best defensemen of all time to do a halvesies mentor mentee ship, for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
and we can see. I think in the last few games we can talk about an increase amount of shots, and especially from the power play too. I think we've seen a new swagger and commanding of the quarterbacking position from Seider on the power play. And really, it's just turning this. Even though our power play will probably never crack, like we're not going to be a top 10 power play. Like
Hey, Verana's right around the corner, Matt. Don't speak too soon.
You're right. But the closer we get to that is going to be because of how well Seider is stepping forward. I mean, he had a great start to the season, and I think he just continues to add more tools to the old utility belt and just look better and better. I think we're going to get another angle here on this thing.
Yeah, I was going to throw in too. This was really close to being a Lidstrom assist, because I was really worried that puck was going to graze like Bertuzzi's jersey or something enough that Bertuzzi would technically get credit for the goal, which always used to happen to Lidstrom and be like, God damn it, another Holmstrom goal. No, I did that work, But I'm glad that Seider still got credit for that. Damn, that's a beautiful shot.
Can we? I mean, he's coming to, how do I want to do this? Looking at Bertuzzi, he's coming to his right side, and the shot goes back along the other way from where
he skates glove side and then shoots it back blocker side.
Thank you.
That goalie had no chance.
Much better hockey way to put that.
Yeah. Because top shelf too. Top shelf blocker side. It was it was a laser.
It's beautiful. It's exactly where he wanted to put it. I can't
and
even
for
get that.
And for the record, can I just say, if Bertuzzi did get credit, we tongue in cheek would be like, oh man, I wanted Seider to get the goal, but Twos did a lot of work on that one with the screen.
Yes. And I think he did a lot of good work too, like forcing Hart to move to one side as well. That's what I wanted to slow this down for, was really to give some more credit to Tuzi, because I mean he's having a hell of a year, and this just adds to it. But I'm glad you said that, because we do need to give time and nods to Tuzi out front.
I mean, Tuz is right now, he's like gunning for MVP, the way he's lifting Puce and Fabry and suddenly creating a second line seemingly on his own. All he did was, where's this little plug go? He's the Christmas Vacation. He, plugged in everything, and suddenly these guys can't stop being productive.
How about 2 posts in this game for Bertuzzi doing his backhand? It's a great play. It's a great setup, because if you can do it, you should give it a shot, because the goalie's going to give you a no-look backhand all day long. And for Bertuzzi, who's put in a couple so far this year, just rang 2 of them off the post. And it's basically Seider to Lucas Raymond on the right-hand side, and then it goes down to Tuzi. So it's one of those things, too, where, like, the more that they set up that play, the more these defensemen are going to want to play lower to Bertuzzi, and it's going to give Seider more opportunities like this. So maybe we played the long game all year, and all we've been doing is setting up Seider being able to just rip him from the middle of the ice for the rest of the season. Because if he's going to rip him with this level of accuracy, again, I mean, look how tight they are to the middle of the ice here between the 2 circles. The Flyers are 100% playing a super tight box here, and that doesn't matter for Seider. He's going to rip it right into the corner. This is Mike. Is this good enough for you? Can he get back in the Calder conversation, or are you still you're still good on Zegras?
I need about a dozen more of these. But I'm still trying to sell the league. That's my point.
I know.
But I want to give you
I'm glad that this show is getting more listeners. We're getting more viewers, because now you get shit on Twitter, just specific to Mike.
You know what? I'll take it.
Out. Yeah.
You guys will be thanking me when people are actually watching this league, thanks to Zegras. But Matt, I was going to get a little. We have a 2-game, it's not a small sample size. It's a now growing sample size, because it's 2 games against crappy Philadelphia. Do these 2 games make you feel the same, or did it sway your opinion at all about Zadina
Uh-oh.
playing on the first line? Uh-oh, I died. Why did I die? Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. There you are.
Cool.
Hey.
About Zadina playing on the first line when Vrana comes back.
Whoa,
those
that's
first
crazy.
two lines,
I don't know
those
if
first
that-
two lines have looked really good. Is this how many
No.
more games like this is it going to take to put Vrana on the third line?
I will tell you this. I don't think there's any possibility that Vrana comes back that Zadina is staying on the first line. I think this gets broken up. What I would guess, here's my two guesses with Zadina being on the first line. Vrana is really close, and this is like this opportunity to get this first line set for a Vrana insert, if I may. Or we're getting Zadina back into a, like let's pull away from what he's been pushed into, like going down to the third and fourth line, where the focus on the third and fourth line less about scoring, of course, and trying to limit chances. I wonder if we're trying to open his mind again, get him back into a scoring touch sort of mindset, if I may. I don't know if mindset's the right way to put it, but then do what was proposed by Mr. Boltman and have that third line of nameless center, and then make sure you get Vrana and Zadina back together. My guess is the first thing I said. But I do not think there's any way that Zadina sticks on the first line and Vrana gets bumped all the way down to the third line. So I did see a funny point yesterday online. Somebody, I don't know if they're a listener to the show, but they were stealing your point about putting Vrana on the first line, and they were calling out one of our rival podcasts, and they said, you whined all season about giving Zadina a shot on the first line, and now your first inkling when Vrana comes back is to throw him on the third line. Like a guy who, the only person who performed better than him last year was Austin Matthews in that 13-game span. It's funny. So again, my guess is the first line kind of slot in of Vrana for Zadina, and that's kind of maybe what this setup is for, is getting them ready for that. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, Craig throws it out there. He wants to see Zadina, Vrana, and Veleno. That's fine. Oof. I mean, like, again, it's just the argument could be made. That's your third line, but does it have to be your third line? No, it's, it was pointed out to us in the comments. If they start scoring, then that's your first line. That's the line that gets the most minutes. I just, I mean, we had success with who's ever on the first line. The argument is made that Vrana has success whoever he plays with, because he didn't get this Dylan Larkin last year. Remember, it was just Vrana kind of carrying the team.
Yeah.
So there's arguments to be made. For me, I'm ready to see Vrana back on the first line. And this whole, like I remind you guys how Vrana scoffed at Helene St. James when she made the suggestion of being mentally ready. And Vrana was just like, come on, I'm an effing hockey player. What are you talking about?
Yeah. I would say it's you're gonna laugh because the names I'm about to bring up are like historically excellent Red Wings who are Hall of Famers. But the Red Wings used to kind of break up, all their good players and kind of sprinkle them throughout, the top nine. But then when it was nut crunch time, that's when suddenly Yzerman, Fedorov, and Shanahan would all be on the same line together.
That's a good point.
So they might try to diversify a little bit. Maybe it just, again, it doesn't make sense because the whole reason Vrana left or wanted to leave Washington is he wanted top line minutes, and he's earned them so far. I mean, he's easily our one of our more skilled players. So it doesn't make sense to give him third line minutes. But in nut crunch time, it might make more sense to suddenly, in the last couple minutes of a game, we're down one goal to put, Larkin, Vrana, and Bertuzzi together. So I think for Blashill, that's going to be something kind of exciting for him to be like, hey, I actually have to make like real hockey choices now. Oh man, how do how do I put this lineup together where, not so recent past, it was basically, well, we got to try somebody out there, and we basically have one scoring line. Now there's potentially a way for us to have two, by God, maybe 2.5, maybe even 3 scoring lines. And all it takes is a couple guys getting hot next to Larkin, Bertuzzi carrying a second line, and then just enough of a trickle down that the third line might end up with some guys who can score.
Yeah, and Dan Stutz, I'm going to call you out. He just put together the whole Red Wings lineup. Dan, you forgot to throw in Zadina somewhere, so redo one of your lines there, unless you're trading Zadina. Then we'll talk about what you've got put together.
Yeah, and keep in mind, all of this success is against the Flyers, so it's very exciting to see Zadina be productive, but the Flyers really blow. So
yeah, and it's worth mentioning too. We were all pretty excited after the first game. We said, "Wow!" Like Zadina walked away with I think a 90 or 80% expected goals for percentage, which is crazy. And you couldn't even point to the first line and say that's where all the success came from, because I think Raymond walked away with a high 60%. Larkin was in the mid 70s. So Zadina, when he was on the ice, produced better. However, game 2. 26% expected goals for percentage. Lucas down to 16%, but this will actually walk away 5-on-5, the first line, even though we got a goal from Zadina, from the advanced analytics that we used all season to talk about, you got to give Zadina the chances. It's fair to mention that this was the first line's this goes in their top 5 worst performances of the year from a 5-on-5 perspective. So we got some special team success. We still get the win over Philly, but just got to throw out there against a bad Philly team. This is one of the first line's worst performances. So it's just to be fair, we just want to throw that out there. Mike, you asked the question, how do I feel after 2 games with Zadina on the first line? I think you absolutely have to look at that goal and say, holy crap, when the swagger is back on Zadina's shot. But if we're going to go all season and talk about game after game, you and I mentioned, look at Zadina's advanced analytics. You have to give him these opportunities on the first line because he's still performing. Then you also have to mention this was the first line's one of its worst performances all year from a 5-on-5 perspective. So it's only fair. That's why we're doing it. I don't want to give anybody the worst day of their life. I don't want everybody throwing tomatoes at us. I like saying that at work all the time. No, it actually got to laugh once, and now I can't stop doing it. But if the give and take is Zadina's advanced analytics go down, but, we get this, I'm fine with it. Right? It's just one of those things. And Dan just did put out there, he traded Zadina. That was his solution.
There's an asterisk on there? Okay.
Yeah,
Verona, Larkin, Raymond.
Verona, Larkin, Raymond, Fabry, Suter, Burt. He's got Vladdy, Rass, and Ernie on the third line. Smith, Valeno, Gagne on the fourth line. Joe Legger puts out there's no way Zadina's getting traded with his stock being so low.
Yeah,
it's going up though. I think we actually have a slide to talk about with Zadina. Let's see if I can actually see it with how tiny these letters are going to be. So, and this is it going up, is we've got 6 games and 4 points. And I don't scoff, that shot. That's what you wanted to see from Zadina. We've been talking about him. We've been making jokes about pucks bouncing off Zadina and everybody kind of, oh, good, we got the goal in. It's no, that's not what we needed Zadina to do. We needed Zadina to score the way he scored yesterday. That's what's going to build confidence. Not when he's in front of the net and he knocks in a basically empty netter. That's nothing. Give him these opportunities. Now, to the point of the first line having, one of its worst performances 5-on-5. And where do you prioritize that with Larkin being able to create the play or the space that's going to give Zadina the opportunities to shoot the way he did yesterday? That's a whole nother conversation. Where do you weigh those priorities? Do you want to And it's so funny because then we're talking out of both sides of our mouth because we spend the whole season saying this is the important thing. We need to limit chances and get more chances than the other team. And then all of a sudden we look at Zadina, and this is what I'm going to talk out of both sides of my mouth. You look at Zadina and we say that's the reason you put him on the first line, but then on the flip side, you want to keep him with Larkin so that he can keep getting chances like he got yesterday, right? And we're almost ignoring the fact that, again, it's one game, but it is one of the worst performances of that first line. But I'm okay with it because he got that ripper off. And you want him to see that. You want him to feel that and continue to throw those at the net because you don't want him getting shy. You want him to build confidence through those types of plays. And then maybe I don't know what you call it from a coaching perspective or what the exact phrase would be here, but then we can start to work everything else out, right? Then we can work backwards, I think. Get that swagger back, get that confidence back with the shot, and then we'll turn around and look back at the 2-week game later.
So I think
is that fair?
Overarching theme is this is a very small sample size.
True. That's true.
So yeah, it's like you said, we're just encouraged because Zadina has not had a lot of opportunities. I mean, he's had a lot of opportunities. He hasn't had a lot of those opportunities go in, so it's nice to see a skill goal actually make its way into the net. It's a lot of credit to Larkin. Yeah, probably. But if Larkin could kind of help unlock other guys on the lineup, we've seen Bertuzzi unlock other guys in the lineup. My God, if Vrana can come in and unlock other guys on the lineup, it's just something that makes these games more watchable for us.
Can we talk about Larkin unlocking guys in the lineup?
Yeah, let's do that.
This is, Mike, I would say this is probably Larkin's best 5 games of his career. We've got 4 out of 5 of these games are multi-point games. He's got 11 points, 4 goals, 7 assists. He had 3 assists last night. That arguably they said one of them was supposed to be taken away because of Keith Yandel throwing his stick at Rasmussen's empty net attempt. So supposed to be assist from Gagne and Larkin. Officially, the NHL never took it away. So
we're keeping it.
Good on, you know what? Good on them. The NHL made the call like, no, that's Rasmussen was putting that in. I don't care if Keith Yandel, threw his stick at the puck.
That was,
let's use some common sense here.
2 of my favorite calls from last night. One was the stick throw and Mickey Redmond going, well, that's a free goal. That's a free goal. Doesn't matter. That's a free goal. The other one was when Zadina scored, and he said, there you go. Who's a good boy? But yeah, you were talking about Larkin on this hot streak.
Yeah, and I this is where you kind of combine that conversation with Zadina to get him going, because whatever we're gonna do with Vrana, it's gonna affect Zadina in some way. So if Vrana is playing with Zadina, you want Zadina to be on some sort of streak or continuing like the sort of efforts we were just talking about. I wonder if I can just hit the back button here. Yeah, so Zadina again, 4 points in 6 games. But you want Zadina, I think, to get these opportunities he's going to get from Larkin for a little bit here, even if it means he's not getting Vrana. Because when Vrana comes back again, like I said, it's going to affect his standing in the lineup. So if he gets knocked back to the third line, because Mike, look, we don't hate Jeff Blashill on this show, but if he breaks up the Guelph Storm line in some fashion when Vrana comes back, I don't know what we're doing. Then I'm done. Then I will officially, this will become a Blashill hating show. Because that is where you're taking 3.
The challenge has been thrown.
If 2 out of 3 of those guys can finally hold on to some point streaks, some swagger, they look like they're having fun. If that line gets broken up because Blash is just too afraid to make some gutsy call on the fans' favorite players or something like that, then I'm done. That whatever happens with Vrana when he comes back, the one untouchable is the second line, because I feel like that's the best way we've kept Puce and Fabry productive. So I will say that. But getting back to Zadina being affected, he's either getting to play with Verana or we need him to carry the same sort of scoring swagger to the third line if he's playing with, Joe Veleno, Nemistikov, maybe throw Rasmussen back on the wing again. I mean, yeah, I guess Ernie's down there. I never need to see Ernie play another game. Last year was fun. I'm good. He had that wraparound yesterday. Everybody went woo, but I mean, I'm good with Ernie.
I mean,
the Verana return is
Gagne.
To be honest, Gagne might need that promotion to get a better opportunity than sitting on the fourth line. I'm turning into a huge fan of Gagne in these last couple of weeks.
I'm kind of, I don't know, these experiments are still kind of fun while, Verana is getting medical clearance to come back for contact. Because watching other players kind of helicopter into the Larkin coattails, it's almost like, well, let's see who else he can make a career out of. Screw it. Let's put Mark Stahl on the wing and see if he can electrify his career. I don't know. I guess because the other thing that people are starting to talk about is Larkin's almost at the point where he's going to be signing the mega contract when he's about to enter unrestricted free agency. Woo! He's acting like this is a contract year. So it's, people are talking about him getting an extension before next season. And it definitely feels like he's playing for it right now. It's like his agent got in his ear and said, man, just carry whoever you're playing with.
We at some point, we're going to have some tough conversations to have about some contracts. Because, I mean, we talked about Dom. I need a minute here. Dom Lucizen. Because it's like loose chicken is what he said. So it's Lou Chizen. Okay. Yeah. So Dom's player cards puts Larkin around like 8 mil. So he's getting a pay increase, but Bertuzzi around 10 mil. So, and Bertuzzi's getting to that point too, where it's like at that point, that's when those players get those big, chunky, hefty contracts. Like just historically in the NHL, it's like maybe they deserve those contracts sooner rather than later. But for whatever reason, you get paid a ton to be an old fart, and you gotta work up to those contracts. But anyway, that's a conversation for another day, right? Yeah. But that's gonna work itself right into the Raymond and Seider contracts, which is gonna super suck. Plus, we've been talking about, hey, let's overspend on Lindholm this summer. So cool. Yeah, we've got some tough conversations coming.
Let's do because I know we're taking this show a little bit longer than we intended. I know you wanted to touch on Mo Seider, doing some pretty incredible stuff. Historically, climbing up some all-time Red Wing rookie numbers here.
Yeah, good call. This is how we'll end the show. And real quick, Dan, I love you too. He says he loves the show. He did throw out there, Zadina's had the chances. When will it be enough? I like Zadina. I did. But that goal against Philly is what we've been, what he should have been doing. His ability to shoot the puck has been abysmal. That's very fair. If anybody's mad at Dan, get out of here. Dan is right. Look, if you get the shot, like the way that we talk about advanced analytics, that means you're throwing the puck at the net. To actually hit the twine, it's very hard. So we finally got a Zadina goal last night. Feftar, what is up, my man?
Hey, my boy Feftar.
I'm glad you guys were able to join us this early. Usually we don't get these good at numbers. If you guys could real quick too, if you're having fun or if you're angry at us, just hit the like button. It does us a world of good.
Yeah, it'll really hampen our days. Ooh. But yeah, I was going to say, Dan Stutz, you could change your last name to Struts because I'd agreed with everything you said on that one.
Yeah, but and just to kind of move, we agree with Dan. He's right. It is fair to say what he said. Joe throws out there he's 22. More patience is needed. Also, extremely fair. The only thing I'd caution on is Steve's words about. So we saw Zadina score last night. It was beautiful. Our argument is forget advanced analytics for a little bit. Let's see what we can do to give Zadina more chances like this. Mike, do you agree? Is that our official stance? That's my official stance.
I'm looking at our producer. Yes, which is
Matt.
Matt is our producer. Yeah.
Steve has said in the past, like, he wanted to focus on building these guys through a good two-way game, and that the shots, that's your God-given skill. Certainly, you can practice more and hit the back of the net. But what Steve has always said is that that's the type of thing he's not worried about, because if you got it, you got it. So it's just for argument's sake, where does Steve's head go when the shots aren't hitting the back of the net? I think that's a fair question to have. I think that's a fair point to throw out there. But for the time being, the more important thing, Joe putting out there, he's 22. So how do you fix a 22-year-old? You put him with Dylan Larkin for a little bit here, and we see what happens.
Larkin is a wonderful babysitter, as we've seen with Lucas Raymond.
Oh, Derek hit the like button twice. Derek, that means you unhit the like button. So you gotta
hit an odd number, Derek. Odd number.
I love you, Derek. You're the man. Derek, hit us up. I can't remember if we gave you a shirt, but you're always here. Go to what's our email? admin@bodpodcast.com. Hit us up. I want to get you a t-shirt. And Joe agreeing with us, Lindholm's interesting, but this is how we're going to end the show, guys. It's Super Sunday. We've got a lot of stuff to do today, so we got to start prepping. Mike, we've got Moritz Seider at 32 points, Lucas Raymond at 37 points. How far are these two boys going to go? What's the ceiling here? Because what we're looking at for all the podcast listeners is our most points by a Detroit Red Wings rookie. Oh boy. Fedorov at 79 points, Lidstrom at 60 points, Larkin 45, Zetterberg 44, Dallas Drake 44, 92, 93, and Johan Garpenlov 1990-91 40 points.
Yeah. I could do me some Garpenlov. Yeah.
Goes to show you how important it is to get on this list.
I think the goal for both players is at least 41, so that we don't have Garpenlov on this list anymore.
Knock him off. Certainly that's going to happen. I have to say, looking at this, I would say we have a pretty good shot to see number 2 and number 3. We have an opportunity here, I think, to see number 2 and number 3 is Raymond and Seider.
Cue up the John Cena. Ooh. I still feel like they've slowed down just a little bit, but right. I think that this is pretty good company outside of Sergei Fedorov. Who's that slapdick? I don't even know who that is. No.
So, like, what's the realistic one?
I mean, let's get in the 40s. I think Lucas can definitely catch the Dallas Drakes, right? Right.
He's at 37 right now. Come on.
I know, but he's got to get cooking a little bit. Let's get cooking, man.
13 points to 50. 13 the rest of the season.
We'll see.
Oh my God. All right. Well, here's my.
He hasn't hit that. Like, he's still got to hit that rookie wall where they're like, "You guys know how this goes. I'm a rookie. I just get tired." I know this is a young man's game, but for some reason, rookies, it's more hockey than I've ever played. I'm exhausted now. I'm going to stop producing. Every year, it's a sports thing. I don't understand it, but there it is.
At this point, if they're not both above Dylan Larkin, I'm going to say
you're going to eat your hat.
The second half was a disappointment.
I'm going to say if they don't defeat Garpenlov, then I will buy a Garpenlov jersey.
All right, yeah, I'm on board with that. I'll keep track.
That's a scary one because I need Seider to get 8 points as a defenseman, man. That's a lot. All right, I'm one injury away from throwing away $140 on a brand spanking new embroidered Johan Garpenlov jersey.
But it's just with the point pace they're on, they'd have to really crater to not be Garpenlov. I'm gonna. This is my thing. I will buy. What am I gonna buy? This is dumb. We'll figure this out.
Yeah.
But Lucas Raymond is going to get past Dylan.
How about this?
Problem.
How about we'll buy dueling home and away Garpenlov jerseys.
Regardless, but they absolutely have to beat. All right. So if even if they don't beat Dylan, or do they have to beat What's going on here?
I need them to beat Garpenlov. That's my stipulation.
All right.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy Johan, and then you'll get Garpenlov.
You know what, Mike? If Lucas Raymond doesn't beat Garpenlov, I'm going to buy everyone who's listening right now a Garpenlov jersey.
Breaking. Lucas Raymond just tore his ACL.
Oh, Jesus Christ. There's an asterisk. If there's a major injury, I need to see at least 70 games out of Lucas.
Okay, man. I need at least 140 games out of Lucas. I know the regular season's only 82, but
that's fair. How many games did Garpenlov get? Let's see. All right, let's see how many games Garpenlov got, and then we'll sign off for the day.
Okay. I know you didn't expect this to take this long, but when I saw Garpenlov, this has to be mentioned.
How did Garpenlov play for? Oh my God. How did he play 10 years and I don't recognize this name? And he was a rookie for us. I don't recognize this name now. All right, 71 games for Garpenlov in 1990-91. So he got 71 games. Lucas needs 71 games. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, did we trade this guy? Because he had one.
Yeah. No, Mike. He won 2 Stanley Cups. Yeah, he was traded. He went to San Jose, and then San Jose was like, "Oh man, these 10 points a game, this is great, but you're going over to Florida." No, you know what? He was. Let's throw this out.
Oh, this trade was huge. Just so you know, Matt. Red Wings in 1992 traded blockbuster deal. Johan Garpenlov is a shark, and the Red Wings got Bob McGill and an 8th rounder, which later turned into CJ Deneau. Wow.
Woo.
Huge.
An 8th round pick for a guy that was putting up 66
Who knew the draft
points.
was even that long, right?
93, 66 points. 94, 53 points. He put up a 51-point season, 95, 96. I mean, this would have been an upgrade over McCarty, so.
Woo-wee. That was some fighting words. Bob McGill, defenseman. He didn't do a whole lot. He played 12 games for the Wings, -3, and then he's like, I'm out.
Oh, 1 year in Atlanta as an Atlanta Thrasher. 16 points.
Oh, there's a trivia nugget for you. So come on, guys. You can get 40 points. If Garpenlov can get 40, you know.
All right. So you had to like the episode to get your shot at a Garpenlov, number 15. I see 22 people watching right now. I better see 22 likes. And then if Lucas can't get the 40-point mark, you're all getting Garpenlov jerseys. How's that sound?
Sounds awesome.
All right. Ready to
I think
this is
I think we're ready to go into the Super Bowl.
Too long. All right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Sorry we're going short today. We'll see you guys.
Before we go, does anybody else do taco bar for the Super Bowl? Yeah, I know we had some late additions to this episode, and we wanted to get Buddy's Pizza, which we usually do, and we think that's one of us griped at a family event, and now we're getting tacos instead of pizza. I don't know how we ruined beautiful pizza Sunday, but now we're having taco bar. Can anyone vouch for tacos on Super Bowl Sunday?
You have 5 seconds. Real quick.
I got 5 seconds for a response before Matt Garpenlofs me into oblivion.
Derek had before he said thanks when we told him to hit it the 3rd time. I can't imagine that's not sarcastic. Dan A with a good point here. He just can't believe that Zadina got off to a bad start with starting his career with Darren Helm, Abdelkader, and Nielsen. How did that not help his development curve?
I don't know. He played with 3 alternate captains. How did that not contribute?
Dan Stutz, Seider won't slow down. Raymond has an interchanging line mates and his playing top minutes against top lines. So that's a 4. That's a 4 getting past. I already forgot his name, Garpenlov.
And Seider, he's doing this playing with people like DeKaiser, so it's pretty incredible.
Joe, good show, boys. Having me not watch Canada play China. All right, we did it. Seider is so good from Dan. Would it be a jersey foul to get Seider on my blank Detroit reverse retro? Jersey foul. Mike? I say anything. If you're going to improve the reverse retro, I think you got to go Lucas Raymond or Seider. That's the only way to go at this point. And I know they're going to redo reverse retros next year, Mike. So there's a thumbs up there.
I think it's a jersey foul if you don't take advantage of this opportunity and not get a Garpenloff jersey.
Yes. Dr. Disinfect, can you please get a Garpenloff reverse retro? I will...
you will be a baller shot caller anytime you take that bad boy to Little Caesars. Let me tell you,
we got to do some Garpenloff swag. I think in our own store. That'll become a name that follows us for the rest of time. Here's our answer for tacos. Meh. I love it, Dan. That's how I kind of.
That's how we feel, Dan. Yeah.
Joe says yes. Tacos are
tacos generally are savage. I agree, Dan. But yeah, Fethar. I knew my dude would have something to say on tacos there, but for Super Bowl Sunday, that's my problem. Yeah, I want the carbs because I want to like pass out during the halftime show.
And that's a good point. Where's all my beer gonna go?
I think this is we're getting M&M this year, aren't we?
Are we what?
Are we getting M&M this year for the halftime show?
I have no idea what the halftime show is. This is the first time. All I know is that I have to actually do work today.
Because we don't want to hear about that, man.
I know.
That's horrible.
That's all right. I've been focused on that stuff. So
How is there going to be Eminem at the halftime show? It's just going to feel muted because they're just going to have to censor all the cursing out of his songs.
So they knew Matthew Stafford was going to the Super Bowl, is what you're saying.
Yeah. And Joe saying pizza tops it. Pizza absolutely does.
And Joe, another A+ comment, especially Detroit pizza. It gets made fun of nationally, but goddamn, I gotta say, I think that is my favorite pizza.
If you're making fun of it, then you haven't had buddies. I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right, we got to wrap up here. Thanks, guys, for your pizza comments. We're actually going to take these to our pizza party tonight. I mean, our Super Bowl pizza party. Our Super Bowl party. Hopefully, we'll get some pizza. Hopefully, the people who are going to be hosting or watching right now, and we've made them feel so terrible. I'm sorry. All right.
Well, hopefully, we'll be there'll be a big pizza pie, and we can gulp and laugh about it. Kind of like Garpenloff. Yeah.
All right. I don't know what I'm.
Yeah, let's sail off.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Hit that like button if you had a little bit of fun. We'll see you guys.
Hit it an odd number of times.
Yes, odd number is important. Even number says you didn't like it.
All right.
Thanks,
see you guys.
Love y'all.